Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I appreciate you joining us for this little conversation. It is as informal as we can make it. We did not prepare a program for you. We will talk about the book that I'm sure you realize that we are here to celebrate. And since nobody's introducing me, I have to introduce myself. My name is Andrew Farkas. I'm by profession a librarian, an educator, and a writer. And by avocation, I am very heavily into opera and music. I published several books and many articles, so I have a rough idea of what we are going to be talking about tonight. I would like to introduce the wonderful ladies and gentlemen on this podium, and since I could not memorize all their biographies, I will have to refer to my cheat sheet. On my left is Roberta Prada, who is a contralto. She studied in Buenos Aires at the Teatro Colón Instituto Superior de Arte and began her career there, and she has sung in Europe, United Kingdom, South and North America in leading roles in opera and concert and recital. And her repertoire includes French and Italian and 19th century works of Baroque masters and other rarities. And she is responsible for the organization, editing, and introduction of the book you see on the wall and we will be discussing tonight. The gentleman on the left is Francis Keeping, who is a multi-talented individual like many people on this podium. He's a musician, he's a writer and illustrator, and he also is a voice teacher. He taught voice in New York and Italy, and is a principal in Vox Mentor LLC and Vocal Images, the latter being a non-professional corporation fostering music in education. And he has recorded several albums for international recording companies with his repertoire spanning most genres from the 16th century, religious works, to contemporary. He has future recording projects which include 19th century Italian, French, and English art songs. And if you will flip through those, that book, you will not believe your eyes that somebody should be so multi-talented, and probably the only baritone who can draw caricatures so well, because tenor we already have Caruso. But I think that Francis would not suffer in the comparison because they are absolutely stupendous caricatures. On my right is Aloma Bardi. She's a musicologist and a translator, and she's the American music specialist in Florence. She's teaching history of music in the United States at the University of Florence. She's the founding director of ICAMUS, the International Center for American Music. She's also a scholar of opera theaters, the author of Teatro Comunale di Firenze, Maccio Musicale Fiorentino, Catalogo 1928 to 2002. I could say it in Italian, but it's simpler in English. Next to Aloma sits Randolph Michelson, an other multi-talented individual, and a polyglot individual too, like most of the people on this panel. He's a renowned musician who has specialized in performance practice of music from the 16th to the 19th century. Starting in the mid-60s, he worked with many of the well-known singers of the period, including Joan Sutherland, Luciano Pavarotti, and several others. He is the founder of the Music Society that produced the legendary performances of operas at Carnegie Hall, presenting, among others, Regine Crespin, Renata Scotto, and Boris Christoph. Randy Michelson is preparing a book on Handel performance practice and has recently founded the New York Opera and Concert Society. After many years abroad, he now lives in New York where he teaches voice. And last night I had a wonderful opportunity to talk to Randy at great length, and his stories and his life story are absolutely fascinating. And last but not least, the gentleman at the end is Jack Lee, who is a Broadway conductor and a voice coach and vocal arranger for professional theater. And he has a section of his own at the Tisch School of the Arts in musical theater. And it is generally known that Jack really loves the theater. He started tap dancing as a child. and worked his way through college performing club dates. He did 7 musicals for the Cleveland Playhouse when he had done all he could in Cleveland. Maybe Cleveland ran him out. He moved to New York City, and his first successful Broadway production was Sweet Charity in 1966. He was the musical director, and since then he has worked on over 34 Broadway shows. And please rest assured we are not going to name every one of them. He holds a Bachelor of Art degree in voice, piano, speech, and drama from Baldwin Wallace College. And he is really a man of the theater. And I think we have covered everybody here, so why not turn the informal conversation over to the wonderful panelists, maybe starting with Aloma alphabetically.